I mean, he bowled incredibly well. He obviously summed up conditions perfectly, understood that he had to hit the stumps the whole time. Rarely was he too short, and he attacked us relentlessly, and I think he did a fantastic job. And anytime you take 4 for 14, I think it was, 17, it puts your team on the front foot. So his assessment of conditions, then obviously his execution was exceptional tonight. It's obviously disappointing. Team has high expectations and we haven't put performances together so far. And I think everyone in the room understands that, and it hasn't really been close in the last 4 games. But obviously the challenge for us is moving forward, because every IPL team at some stage goes through a run of losses, and now we have a 5-day break before we play Punjab, who's been exceptional so far in the tournament, and we need to get ourselves up for that game. I think they saw that the wicket was really tough, and the assessment coming back was 160, 170 would be a good score, which is what we anticipated at the start of the day. So we knew that those guys, if they could get themselves in, build a partnership, and then hopefully attack the back end, and we were pretty close to that in the end. We needed 20 more runs to put the pressure on, and then obviously bowl really well. But I think their understanding of what was required was spot on. It's probably slow. This is glacial, maybe, in terms of starts. I don't think Pat's never panicked in his life, and I think I'm pretty similar. But we understand the ramifications of losing 4 in a row and how difficult it makes the season, and it's tough because obviously you come into the season with high expectations after last year, and then a very good start. But we just haven't been near our best in any of the last 4 games, and I think that's all 3 disciplines. I think the barometer of most teams is how their fielding's going, and we've been pretty poor in the field. So those will be the work-ons between now and the Punjab game, and we know that if we can get on a roll, then we're still a very good team. We're just not performing the way that we should be. Well, I mean, hate to say it, but it's probably been, like I said, it's all been all 3 disciplines haven't been able to click in a game. We look back to last year, and our skills were putting big scores on and then sort of holding on for dear life with the ball. But we haven't been able to put those big scores together through a combination of things. But the good thing about the IPL is there's quick turnarounds, there's opportunities to do well, and there's individual performances within those games. So I think there's still some confidence within the batting group, but it's the collective that needs to stand up now. I think the big thing for us is around assessing conditions, and the conditions were really tough tonight. I mean, this wasn't a typical Hyderabad wicket. It was pretty slow, and we knew before we started that 160, 170 score was what we were after. And I thought that the way that, I mean, this particularly Ishan, I thought he navigated the power play pretty well, was able to score and play some good shots. So I think we know the style that's going to work, but we have to respect conditions and we have to assess really well, and that's probably something we haven't done and also have to respect how well other teams are bowling, putting a lot of planning into our top 3, and they've been able to execute at times.